Hello, everyone. Apologies. We could not get Zoom to cooperate with us, so we are doing this in a fancy way. We are fast forwarding from the future and the past, whatever, who cares? But here we are. So I want to tell you something really quick because the woman that you are about to meet has magical powers. Literally, she just gave me the biggest aha moment when she revealed to me that I maybe was tripping myself up quite a bit, actually, and scheduling my launches during the worst possible week. Yeah, who knew? Yeah, wow.
It happens. It happens.
So it does happen. You're right. Yay. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you everyone for your patience. And so, Renae, will you please tell us, enlighten us, what is cycle syncing and why does every woman need to know about this now?
Yeah, for sure. So, and forgive my little scratchy voice. I'm working on a head cold here, but yeah, cycle syncing. So years ago, I was in business and was just hustling and hustling and hustling, trying to get my business up off the ground, trying to manage all of the things in life and kids and all the things, and just feeling like there was never enough time. There's never enough time to get it all done, right? Regardless if you're building a business or if you're just working and managing kids and life, like this feeling of there's just never enough time. And shortly after I reached my like breaking moment, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't pursue my dreams. I can't create this life I want. Like, this isn't working. This doesn't feel possible. Somebody revealed to me about cycle syncing and how women are just different. We have a different way of managing time and a different means of how our bodies function throughout the month, where men have testosterone that's on a 24-hour rhythm. Women have estrogen and progesterone that shifts and changes over a 28-day rhythm. And so how those impact us throughout the month makes your Monday today versus your Monday next week versus the Monday after. They all feel very different in the way we feel. So those days when you wake up and you're like full of motivation and full of energy, and then the weeks when you feel like you want to just crawl under the rug and sit on the couch and not do anything, those are completely normal. Those are normal waves that we have throughout the month. And so what we've been taught is that we have to be consistent. We have to do the same things over and over and over and over again, which is very masculine. It's a great way for men to operate. Women have more of a rhythm and we have more of a cycle. And so when we lean into going hard and pushing hard in those phases, when our body's ready for that, and then recalibrating and shifting gears to something else, we allow our body and our brains to function where we have the energy, where we have the creativity, when we have the focus, when we have the momentum, and we allow ourselves to adapt to that rather than forcing ourselves to be something every day that we're not. So that really is kind of a nutshell of it, is how we can actually align our calendars, align our time, align our exercise, align anything really in your life to match up with where your biological rhythms are, rather than kind of forcing it to do something different. It's like a quick little nutshell there.
No, I love it. See, I told you she was magical. You're welcome. Really cracking the code, but it's one of those things that as soon as you hear it, you just think, well, of course, this totally makes sense. Of course it makes sense, right? And why not, as women, learn to really tap into this as almost a superpower, because it's something that can really help you to move from that place of intuition, following your energy. And so many people in this community and that I help and get to support you're very much aligned with that intuitive flow to business and being able to move from that place of authenticity, not just like pushing because you have to, but there's going to be moments, right, when we need that sort of extra energy. And so setting yourself up for that to feel lighter and easier by having those times when you need that extra bit at those specific periods of your month, of your cycle. So I think you hit on a few times already, but I would love to maybe ask you how we can start to begin to use this tool set of cycle syncing. Like, what's one little first step that people can take?
Yeah, I think, I mean, honestly, the first thing is like just to start listening to your body and start listening to your cycle. Most women are not tracking their cycle. They really have little understanding, and no to a fault of their own. Like, it's been this thing that's like very shameful. We don't talk about it. The medical system, oftentimes their prescription is like, let's just put you on birth control and even things out. Like, there's very little in our society that's teaching us, listen to this, lean into this. So I think the number one thing would be just just to start there, like start tracking your cycle, start listening to it, start looking at how things change throughout the month. You will start to notice that you are not the same from day to day to day. And maybe in the past you noticed it, but you didn't really maybe pay attention that there was a rhythm to it. You just wondered like, why was I like so productive last week? Why was I so good last week? And this week I'm triggered. The kids are driving me nuts. I'm melting down. I feel like the world's worst person, right? Like we go through these highs and these lows. And now that I brought this to your awareness, you might start paying attention like, oh, this actually coincides. Like this actually has a rhythm and it happens about the same time every single month. And so when you start to track that, then we can take it from this place of just like being aware to actually implementing it and being strategic with it. And when we're strategic with it is when we really get to amplify your productivity, the way you show up, you give yourself more permission. You'll actually get far more done in less time because you're working with your rhythms versus like forcing yourself. Like if you've ever sat there and just been like, I cannot focus on this thing, like I can't get this done, right? Like, and it takes you forever and you're like flipping between a million different tabs or a million different screens. It's like, you're just not
fine on me.
I know. You're not working in alignment with your rhythm, right? And so like even today, I missed a meeting because I put my phone in do not disturb. I was in the flow, like I'm homesick today. So I was just like in the flow, in the zone. I'm like limiting as many distractions as possible so I can just stay in the focus, and missed a whole meeting. And I felt so bad. But at the same time, I was like, I was in the flow, like I was in the zone, you know? And when you get to that place, when you're in the zone, you get so much more done. And so it's about knowing when you're going to be in those zones and then adjusting when a head cold hits you. But, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're such a trooper and I appreciate your time together today. Excuse me. So I've learned so much from you already, and already I'm sure that people got a lot out of this little chat and these first little steps. But tell us about what you have coming up that is really going to be a launch pad for people to deepen their understanding and start to really implement this.
Yeah. So we have a workshop kicking off April 1st. It's called the Cycle Sync Your Business Workshop. It's really geared towards women in business that want to maximize their cycle in their business. I mean, anybody, regardless if you have a business or not, it's going to be beneficial and helpful for you. It's geared towards business. So, but it's going to be awesome. We're going to go into like how to actually set goals, because most of us have never really been taught to set goals in a very feminine way. Most of us have been taught to, set SMART goals and all these goals strategies that really set us up for either hustling or feeling like we're failing and we're not hitting those goals. And then we'll dive deep into the 4 phases of your cycle and how that really impacts you, what you should be doing at each phase of those cycle. And then finally, the 3 core components that I really feel like you need to have a feminine-based cycle run business. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Action-packed, like literally going to give you so much deep dive, firsthand experience and tools that you can start to implement right away. So the link for you to grab your spot and join us for that. So it's starting on April 1st. I'm sure you've got it set up so if people can't join live, they can watch the replays and all
100%.
that, because we have people all over the world in this community. So just know that if you're interested and you want these tools, because you really need them. If you have a uterus, regardless of whether or not you are a business owner or what, but really getting these tools because clearly they are super impactful and powerful. So the link for you to join us for that will be below the video and in the description above. And if you have questions, send me a DM or tag Renae in this post, because she's more than happy to answer any questions about this and how you can really maximize this incredible tool set. So thank you so much for joining us, Renae. And it's been beautiful to chat with you. And we send you all the best wishes to get better soon. And we are so excited for your challenge starting up soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you in a bit. Okay. Bye, everybody. Take care.